Today's special.
I love flowers.
I mean, that's not commitment. I don't know what
I'll
is.
sleep again on Monday.
Eventually. Have a great night. Thank you, everyone. Stick around again. We've got an encore presentation of our Today's Special. See you later. This is an all-natural SPF 40 sunscreen that is a mineral physical sunscreen. So it's non-oily, it's water-based, it even has cucumber extract, so it's very soothing and cooling for the skin. It actually feels hydrating, and it is a huge customer pick, a 4.3-star customer pick. We have 3 options for you in terms of sizing. We have a 2-ounce, 4-ounce, and 6-ounce. And you know, typically when we're talking Andrew Lessman, we're spending time, and which we will, on the vitamins, minerals, and supplements, but it's like even something like sunscreen, we can make better choices and better for our body options, and this is definitely one of those. We have the special pricing available, and this is a summertime special. Obviously, sunscreen is important year-round, but truly during the spring and summertime, when we are outdoors more and taking in those harmful rays, we want to make sure we're using a good sunscreen. Andrew Lessman is joining me live on the phone right now as we speak. Andrew, welcome in. It's nice to talk to you.
Thanks, Michelle. It's great to be talking to you. I just walked in the door at the house, and my puppy Truman is going crazy.
Oh, Truman.
But, and of course, I was outdoors today, and I had my Soleil on. And you know, sunscreen is just something. There are contrarians online who will love to say that we should naturally be exposed to the sun. It's healthy for us, and yeah, the sun in moderation is healthy. But it's clear that sun exposure is associated with cancer risk.
Sure.
Sun exposure is associated with damage to the skin. Just look at the parts of our body who are not exposed, that are not exposed to the sun, and those will look more youthful than the parts of our body that are exposed to the sun. And again, as long as we're going to be using sunscreen, we need to use something non-toxic. We need to use something that's not harmful to us. Hopefully also not harmful to the environment, which is what I've done.
Right.
And as you said, it has a soothing cucumber extract. It's also at, basically, because we only make it available a few months a year, we make it available at a today's special price for the summer, and that is it. And we're pretty much down to our last quantity. I suspect our production for this summer will be out of stock by the end of July or August. So,
wow. Yes.
So we just produce it for a short while, and that's it. But there's no other sunscreen in the world like it. It's water-based, minimal ingredients, non-nano zinc oxide, none of the chemical sunscreens that penetrate your skin, that are potentially carcinogenic, that are just awful for you, awful for the environment. The only objectively healthy sunscreen to use is zinc oxide, and it needs to be non-nano. And we were decades ahead of everyone else. My original sunscreen from the 1990s, it's not as wonderful as this sunscreen is today. This is even better, but it followed the same blueprint that only recently other companies have started to follow themselves.
Well, I love the finish of it. Absorbs right into your skin. It's not oily at all, and it has amazing reviews. So I'm happy that we started the show with it. To Andrew's point, though, quantity getting pretty limited. This is the only time of year we bring it out. So you've got probably this month, next, maybe in August to get it. But this is today's special pricing for you right now to take advantage of. Okay, so let's dive into switching gears a little bit. We're going to talk about some supplements that help support your blood sugar balance. And we're going to start here with a weekend special on the cinnamon extract. And this is a really unique blend, 3 different standardized extracts of cinnamon bark. And I learned from Andrew that standardization is very important. Cinnamon is not just a delicious spice. This is something that, when used properly, is backed by science, testing, and validation to help support a healthy blood sugar balance. And we have a lot of options for you on these easy to swallow capsules. We have the 30, 60, 120, 240, and 360 capsule count. These are also a customer pick, a 4.6-star customer pick to be exact, Andrew. I mean, this is one that our HSN customer really, really loves, and not all cinnamon supplements are the same.
And when we talk about cinnamon is one of those ingredients that it seems that you can find dozens and dozens of influencers talking about the wonders of cinnamon, or television 30 years, all act like it's some newly discovered miracle ingredient.
Right.
First of all, It's not a miracle ingredient. It's not a cure or treatment for diabetes or anything like that. What it is, it's another tool that we have at our disposal. Watching our diet. That's why these continuous glucose monitors are so fascinating. It gives us insight into how what we eat and what we do affects our blood sugar, which then affects our A1C. So cinnamon extract is just the original ingredient that I said decades ago. I said, I've been asked since I started my company, what ingredients support healthy blood sugar. And the best I could always say are certain B vitamins, things like chromium. And until cinnamon extract and the research and the science was truly validated. But as you said, Michelle, the most important thing is standardization with a plant-based ingredient, because otherwise it could just be dried cinnamon. Sure. It could just be a dried plant. But we know which compounds in the cinnamon deliver the benefit. So it needs to be properly standardized, meaning that the cinnamon is concentrated to deliver the specific ingredient for which the benefit is associated. So that's exactly what we have done. We've standardized our extract, and that's why it just is exceptionally reviewed, virtually perfectly reviewed. So again, it's our blood sugar, blood pressure, our blood lipid levels. These are the things that we really make an effort to manage as best we can. And this is just a natural tool that we have at our disposal to work with all the other opportunities in terms of lifestyle or that our doctor provides us.
And the pricing on this is phenomenal right now. It's what we're calling a weekend special for Memorial Day weekend. You see, you've got plenty of options to stock up if you are one of the hundreds and hundreds of customers who love this supplement. Over 800 reviews, and it is a 4.6 star rating. So you can see here on our charts, we've got our regular HSN pricing. This is the pricing that you get to enjoy today. And the last column is how much you are saving, plus free shipping and handling on these, plus 5 flexible payments on all of them. So this is definitely a good opportunity to go ahead and get this one. Andrew, I think we will find as we go through this hour that you're bringing us a lot of the most popular vitamins and minerals and supplements that you have, but it's perfect timing in this hour for this time of year where we're gonna be out and about and be a little more active, and we really do wanna feel our best.
And yeah, a lot of these products are products that we haven't exposed for a while and that aren't going to be on television for a while. So we thought it would be a great idea to do a variety show where a lot of the products that folks have been asking to see haven't been seen, put them at special pricing. And when it comes to cinnamon, and we'll talk about berberine in a moment, these are 2 ingredients that bear in an area that gets a lot of coverage in the media and about health. A lot of folks will say it's not our blood lipids we need to watch, it's our blood sugar and our A1C, which we need to watch both. They're both extremely important to our cardiovascular risk. But again, when we think about blood sugar, with all due respect to those influences out there, decades before they ever thought about these ingredients, I was talking about them. And I find it disturbing when they position these ingredients like they're drugs or medicines to treat all sorts of ailments, especially in the case of berberine, not just blood sugar, but also blood lipids. Sure. It is an incredibly powerful natural ingredient, berberine, when it's delivered correctly. And most companies do not deliver it correctly. But if it is delivered correctly, it's incredibly beneficial. However, it's not a drug or medicine to treat a disease or a symptom of a disease. It's just not. But it does have wonderful supportive benefits when it comes to blood sugar metabolism, when it comes to lipid metabolism. But that's the extent of it. To position it as something other than that is just, I hate to say it, it's just kind of deceptive.
Yeah, and it's one of the things we love about you. You truly are about the education and the science and the research and the validation, all of the things that are really important when we're making decisions about our health and wellness. So it is the perfect segue into berberine, and your berberine also powered with phospholipids. So when you talk about the delivery system and making the formulas more comprehensive and complete, this is a perfect example of that. So what we have available for you today is the 30, 60, 120, and 240 capsule count of berberine phospholipid complex. So that's to help with absorption, blood sugar balance, glucose metabolism, healthy cholesterol. There's actually a lot of modern science recognizing the benefits of berberine, but this is also a traditional medicine, ancient herb from centuries back.
Yeah, and it's just an abundance, almost a flood of research in terms of berberine. We've all heard of turmeric and all the benefits of turmeric. Turmeric and berberine are related to one another in terms of the plant kingdom. And not surprisingly, in order for turmeric to be beneficial, we learned decades ago that it needed to be complexed with fat. Again, most companies never did that. We were decades ahead of everyone else doing that, making sure our turmeric could benefit you. It is the exact same biochemical circumstances affecting berberine, that berberine is not very effectively absorbed. Berberine is not going to be as effective if it isn't complexed with fat. And that's exactly the same technology, the same approach that we took with turmeric decades ago is what we've done with our berberine. Otherwise, unfortunately, berberine is not going to deliver its benefits. And our new berberine product is as effective as our prior berberine product was. This berberine product is probably capsule for capsule 10 times more effective.
And look at the color of this too, Andrew. I mean, it's when you see the turmeric, it has that golden shade. The cinnamon you saw was that deep, rich brown, and the berberine has that golden color as well. I mean, when someone is shopping supplements, what are some of the things they should be looking for in terms of quality and, purity?
And when you look at berberine, what's really interesting in India, where berberine and turmeric were originally recognized, earliest recognition, they were not just used as traditional medicinal herbs. They were also used as coloring. If we think about the robes we'd seen or all the beautiful colors from Asia,
yes.
Turmeric, berberine were among the richest colors that were available to them for dyeing their clothing.
Wow.
So back in those days, we didn't have synthetic chemicals. We relied on Mother Nature entirely for colors, for fragrance, for flavor. All of those things were just natural ingredients. Now it seems you have to struggle to find supposedly natural flavors and ingredients that actually use natural components to achieve them. But here, our berberine, the benefits of berberine to a human being in terms of the active molecules, they require a lipid transporter. They are not well absorbed. So if we want to get those active components into our system where they can deliver their benefit, it has to be combined with, complexed with fat, and that's exactly what we do here, which also makes it milder on the stomach, which also makes it easier on the digestive system.
Right.
So Mother Nature always has her solutions. As I say, if you pay it careful enough attention, and then my job is to then get out of her way. And that's what we've done here.
Well, it's a fantastic weekend special. You'll notice even in the higher quantity capsules, the 240 capsule, for instance, it's a $50 savings right now for our Memorial Day weekend specials. So definitely take a look at the berberine. It's on hsn.com as well. There's more education and reviews, as always, that you can take a look at. Okay, we're gonna move on and talk about the Ultimate Friendly Flora. This is a very unique blend of probiotics, and this is gonna help with everything. We hear about probiotics, but it helps with everything from digestion to nutrient absorption, regularity, even immune function with this blend. And you don't need to refrigerate these, which is incredible. And the 25 billion CFU, colony forming units, which Andrew can educate us on, that is significantly higher than most of what you can find out there in the market. So these are on special purchase pricing from 30 capsules up to 240 capsules, all on free shipping, of course, with flex payments as well. But Andrew, this is something that, for people who don't know, what does science say about our microbiome and its link to our health and wellness?
Well, it says that it's inextricably linked to our health and wellness. Truman, my little 10-month-old puppy here, is very upset that I got home and I'm not immediately just playing with him. So, and Truman actually about once a week, I take about a third of a capsule and I put it in his food. So even for our furry friends, a healthy microbiome is indispensable. But if we look at our microbiome, if we just look at our colon, because our microbiome is present in our mouth, in all of our body orifices, we have a microbiome. So just think about it that way.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why is that microbiome also controls sort of the immune function at the entries or exits to our body, because it has to interact with the outside world. And the immune function, this microbiome, these healthy, friendly flora organisms are kind of our counterbalance to a world of potentially pathogenic or, say, disease-causing organisms. So when we look at our microbiome, just in our colon, if we only look there, there are more organisms, more living organisms in your colon than you have cells in your entire body.
Wow.
And remember, we all probably have more than 100 trillion cells in our body. So there's more organisms. You could hear Truman's toy probably squeaking in the background.
I heard
it. That's code for why aren't you playing with me? But so when we think about, we have more organisms living in our colon, and they're just not there taking up space. They play a critical role in terms of nutrient absorption. They play a critical role if you think about serotonin, which is often thought of as being a neurochemical, that's sort of the feel-good neurochemical. Most of the serotonin produced in all of our bodies, it's produced by the organisms in our microbiome.
Wow.
And again, there's just all sorts of fun science here. If you look at all the deep research they have nowadays, where they could analyze our genetics and tell us, you know, our health risks, our longevity, all sorts of things. You get all sorts of tests done lately. But then if you analyze the genetics of your microbiome, it gives you more insights, or it gives an expert, a doctor, more insights into your health than your genetics. So we are inextricably linked. Those organisms in our microbiome, they affect us, they influence us, and they tell us what's going on and what we're doing right. Also, unfortunately, they tell us what we're not doing well.
Sure.
And what this product is, very, very simple design to this product. The hard part is creating a product that's going to be stable and make it to your colon, survive the acid in your stomach, survive storage without refrigeration. That took us decades to accomplish. But the very easy part is looking at the healthiest microbiomes of humans, the healthiest humans, and deciding what the most important organisms were to put in this product. Then, once we identify those organisms, making sure we can deliver them in a stable, bioavailable, bioactive form, meaning a form that when you swallow that capsule, it goes into your body. It's like planting seeds out in your garden or on a farm, that you want seeds that are going to germinate and deliver a beautiful crop. The same thing with a probiotic. You don't want a probiotic that's going to get destroyed by the acid in the stomach. That's going to die because it was in a warehouse or a retail store for too long on a shelf. These are freshly made, freshly delivered, and designed to, the product has been redesigned since I originally made this product. Decades before anyone else talked about probiotics. We designed this product long ago. We've only continued to improve it over the decades.
More stable, more effective formula. No surprise, another customer pick. Of 2,100 customer reviews, more than 1,700 are a perfect 5-star. So optimal opportunity to get some great savings on a very well-loved supplement that we have available for you, again, on hsn.com as well. We've got such a variety in this show. Next, we're going to talk about phytoceramides. And what's so interesting about this one is it's clearly a necessity for our body, its ability to retain moisture, but it also, for those of us in the beauty world, has become one of those beauty from the inside out items that we cannot live without. We're talking your skin looking amazing and supple and hydrated, nasal passages. If you struggle with dry eyes, I mean, this is one of those see and feel the difference types of items. Again, another huge customer pick. So we have it as a weekend special available for you today. Long time customer pick, this one. We do have several different size options, the 30, 60, 120 and 240 capsule available for you. If you want to get this one, it really, for me, Andrew, learning about it from you over the years was a shift in mindset for me of hydrating and helping my skin stay hydrated from the inside out versus all the lotions and potions we tend to slather on the outside.
Yeah, we can put moisturizers on the outside of our skin. They certainly play a role. My soap fact, one of the things that makes our soap so unique is that the single most significant ingredient in the product are the natural oils that comprise our skin. So it doesn't strip your skin of oils, it actually deposits. So again, a moisturizer, by depositing natural oils, by depositing moisture, can have an emollient, a moisturizing feeling or effect. But if we really want to retain moisture inside our skin, that's a job that only takes place inside the body. But if you look at your body and you look at how this function actually takes place, there are molecules in your cells that in the stratum corneum, the responsibility for those molecules is to keep the water that's in those cells. And again, this system is not designed so we look pretty. This system is designed to hold on to water, because otherwise our skin is the largest organ in our body. All the moisture is just going to be leaving our body if we don't have ceramides in our skin that hold on to them. So using that survival molecule, but applying it internally, as this product can, to not a survival mechanism, but a water retention mechanism. We're using that survival system for something that some people might think is more important nowadays, for beauty. It reduces the size and appearance of wrinkles, especially around the eyes. And that's, again, because the moment you have greater moisturization, you tend to have less of the appearance of wrinkling. And just look at someone who's dehydrated, and you'll see how it affects the appearance of wrinkles.
Yes, and even in the reviews, I mentioned how this is such a long-time customer pick. Outside of our face, people talking about, you know, heels and elbows and cuticles and nasal passages and dry eyes. Yeah. I mean, just the change it can make, and this is why it's been so beloved for so long. So I really love and appreciate that it is on a weekend special pricing right now that you can see here. I mean, the savings as you go up in quantity, look, we're talking $60 savings, $40 savings, and this is something that's not new to the offerings here at HSN, Andrew. This is something we've all relied on for years and years now.
I think we've had this product for more than 15 years. We increased the potency from the original formula, and we've lowered the price from the original formula. And when you think about phytoceramides, as you said, originally I thought, wow, this is going to be a wonderful beauty product. But then I looked at all the reviews, and then I looked at the different science that was coming in, that it really, whether it's, say, our elbows, our heels, you know, dry, irritated skin, and sometimes just irritation of our skin is a result of a disruption in the moisture retention system. And lo and behold, if you look at the research and you look at the science, that's exactly what it says. The internal moisture retention system of our skin is critical to avoiding the irritation of our skin that so many of us are experiencing, especially our elbows, our heels, our cuticles, our feet as we get older, get dry and cracked. We do all sorts of things on the outside of our body. And we never think that there's this huge opportunity on the inside of our body. But of course, there are systems that our body has to hold on to its moisture, but those systems are not on the outside of our body. As I always say, it's like being an undertaker. Our skin on the outside of our body is dead. If we want to have an opportunity to make a difference in the living skin, we have to utilize the inside of our body to take advantage, which also is a reason why we combine biotin with this product to make sure that you have the most critical molecule for skin reproduction, skin growth. So we give you the phytoceramides, and we also provide biotin as well.
And I love that they're these tiny, very easy to swallow little gel capsules. Amazing sale price point here for everyone. So definitely take advantage of that as we move along and talk about how Andrew has reinvented the vitamin C drink. We're talking an absolutely delicious, no calorie, no sugar, no carb, easy to use little packet that you're going to combine with water. And not only do you end up with a delicious drink, you are also taking in incredible vitamin C. You're getting bladder and kidney and urinary tract support. We have 2 different options you can choose from, the cranberry pomegranate and also the mixed berry, which also helps support with immune system and eye health. It's not fizzy. There's no clumps, no residue. It's super easy to drink. A lot of you who hate drinking water have turned to efficiency to make that a more tasty, easier, effective way to get your water intake as well. We have the 30 individual packets, we have 90 individual packets, or we have the 180. They're very easy to travel with in your purse, in the car, in your lunchbox. Honestly, this is something that so many of you have given a perfect 5-star review to. In fact, it is a customer pick. Andrew, I don't know anybody who's tried this who didn't like it. It just tastes amazing.
It's a product that I mentioned the other day that the original founder of the vitamin C drink we all know about is someone I got to know in the late 70s, early 1980s. And when I first started my company, and he was very encouraging of me. And to some degree, this product kind of pays homage to him. And also someone named Linus Pauling, who was the original, the first person to really talk about the extended benefits of vitamin C beyond just preventing scurvy. And that's someone named Linus Pauling. So this is a product that's close to my heart. The original vitamin C product, unfortunately, it hasn't changed all that much. It still contains, I think, about 30 or 40 calories per serving. It's carbonated, which is a way to make, it's harder to make something taste good that isn't carbonated.
Sure.
My preferred product here is the cranberry pomegranate, hands down. The mixed berry is great, but I love the cranberry pomegranate because we'll talk in a little while about my cranberry product, but you get a free capsule of cranberry in each packet. So each drink, our cranberry product just happened to be a wonderful cranberry flavor. So each drink that you get of the cranberry pomegranate is a free capsule of cranberry. So if you do the math, it's the most affordable vitamin C drink in the world. And you get all the immune supportive benefits with the vitamin C, the B complex. You also get anthocyanins because it's not a pretty color because we used artificial colors. It's a pretty color because of the anthocyanins that are present in the fruits. So, and those are the protective compounds that are healthy for circulation, healthy for our vision, healthy for our brain. So there's just nothing like this cranberry pomegranate. Also, 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 carb. It really is remarkable.
Oh, it's amazing. I love the reviews too. People saying I was bored with water. I'm watching my sugar. I mean, if you love juices and things, this would be a perfect alternative to cut the sugar down. Soda alternatives, people are talking about how tasty it is. So a very well-loved item. 2 different flavors, as we mentioned. We have the mixed berry and we have the cranberry pomegranate. I love that you barely have to mix it. There's no clump. Sometimes I just dump it in my water bottle, give it a little shake when I'm out and about. But if you're gonna be traveling a lot this summer as well, the immune support, so important also. So lots of reasons to go ahead and pick this one up. I love how you did the packaging, these individual packets. You get the perfect amount, you don't have to measure anything, and you can travel with them no problem. And they're all on special pricing for the Memorial Day weekend. Andrew, it's a great opportunity, perfect time of year because we need to be drinking more water right now too.
Yeah, it's always important to be well hydrated. Being well hydrated is one of the single best things you do for bladder and urinary tract health. And of course, the cranberry that's present in this product is a perfect natural ingredient for urinary tract health, bladder support. So it's probably the best value when you think about the cranberry because the cranberry does double duty. It gives you the benefits of cranberry for urinary tract health, but it also gives you this delicious cranberry pomegranate beverage. 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 carbs.
Really delicious. So enjoy that, everybody. We're going to keep moving and talk about getting out and about. being more active. We're gonna focus on 2 different supplements to help you when it comes to strong, healthy bones, teeth, skeletons. We'll get into joints in a little bit as well, but we're gonna start here with the vitamin K2 MK7. We will talk about the calcium magnesium right after this. It's like the peanut butter and the jelly. They go together wonderfully. And Andrew, I remember you talking about how the vitamin K2 MK7, it's like the traffic cop, helping calcium get where it needs to go and avoid the places that you don't want too much of it. So I love that we have this today on special, the 30, 60, 180 and 360 capsule. Of course, free shipping on that and FlexPay available as well. But we talk about it's not only how your calcium's being used, but how it moves, where it goes, where it's deposited, and this vitamin K2 and K7 can help with that.
As we know, every ingredient has its proper amount, proper balance. You know, even too much water can be a problem. But of course, we want to be adequately hydrated. But when it comes to calcium, we can't survive without adequate calcium in our skeleton and also without adequate calcium in all our cells. But it's a bit of a delicate balance in that we want the calcium to stay in the reservoir that is our bones. So the calcium in our bones is not just there for the structural integrity of our bones. It's also there as a reservoir of calcium for our entire body. But we want the calcium to stay where it's supposed to be and not to get stuck and deposited where it ought not be. And that's exactly the role that vitamin K2 MK7 plays. It supports the deposition, the integration of calcium in our bones by stimulating the osteoblasts that make make bone tissue. It also discourages the deposition, the depositing of calcium in tissues that we don't want to calcify, like our arteries. The last thing any of us wants is calcification in our arteries. We want to avoid calcification of especially tissues like our joints and our blood vessels, that we want them to be flexible and resilient with age. It's a sign of having youthful circulation and youthful joints. So again, vitamin K2 MK7, that's the critical role that it plays. And we're going to talk about calcium and magnesium briefly in a moment. But when we talk about vitamin K2 MK7, we all need to make sure we're getting the calcium we need. Magnesium hasn't gotten as much emphasis of late, but it's now catching up. Magnesium is critically important. But when you deliver the calcium, it's better to deliver it with the vitamin K2 MK7 that makes sure you get all the benefits of the calcium where you need it and none of the problems of calcium going where you don't want it.
And it's another customer pick. This actually is a 4.6 star rating. And it's interesting too, because I know there's so much research and science behind this, but this is another example, Andrew, of something you've been talking about for 20 plus years, and really making sure the education is out there for everyone. And I feel like now research and science and more supplemental companies are finally catching up to what you've been talking about for decades.
Oh, you're exactly right, Michelle. We've been talking about this for a little over 20 years.
Wow.
It took probably, as usual, at least a decade for other companies to catch on. You could still go into a pharmacy or a grocery store or discount store, and most of the vitamin K you'll see will be ordinary vitamin K1, not vitamin K2 MK7.
Okay.
Because it must be vitamin K2 MK7. The role of vitamin K1 is all about clotting. And a lot of people are specifically trying to avoid that because they might be taking anti-clotting medications. So when you look at the role that vitamin K plays in calcium metabolism, you need to be looking at vitamin K2 MK7, which is the exact ingredient that we deliver here, that I've always delivered. I think we started looking at this originally about 30 years ago. And then we do our all our validation and all our testing, and then we eventually brought the product out still a decade or two before anyone else.
That's right. So if the K2 MK7 is helping direct the calcium where it needs to go, then it would only be fitting that we now talk about a wonderful calcium magnesium intensive care customer pick. This is another one where people say, and this is crazy to me, Andrew, that taking your calcium supplement is, quote, pleasant, soothing, easy on my stomach. In fact, some people even saying it helps settle their stomach, when typically, when you think about a calcium supplement, you think of these huge, rock-hard pills. That is not what you get with Andrew Lessman, and these are mild, they're all natural, ultra-soluble, and the formula, once again, helps with enhanced absorption. So plenty of options on really fabulous special purchase price points, from the 60 capsule to 250, 500, even the 1,000 capsule option is on sale right now to the tune of $50 in savings. So free shipping on these with the flex pay as well. And you know, we hear about calcium and we think strong, healthy bones, but we don't always think about how it's gonna get there and how easy it will be on our stomachs. And you've really come up with a formula that's actually pleasant.
Yeah, and it's less than a dime a capsule in the large size. And when I talk about this product, I often get sort of a little carried away with the science. And especially now, folks are starting to talk about the importance of magnesium.
Sure.
And so if you've been taking my calcium with magnesium, you've been getting the benefit of both all these years. But when I talk about this product, oftentimes I'll just talk about how it's a small, easy-to-swallow capsule that won't upset your stomach. And then I start talking about solubility and the granulation and all the different things we do. And usually the response is, when I talk to someone in person, is, okay, you had me at small, easy-to-swallow capsule that won't upset my stomach. Because typically these are minerals, whether it's calcium or magnesium, they're metals. And the metal ions in your gut, they can be insoluble. They could upset your stomach. They could be difficult to swallow. They're usually horse pills. So it's to have a product that totally eliminates all of those problems is, I guess I take it for granted. I've been making a product like this for 46 years. My original calcium magnesium intensive care and my calcium intensive care were two of my original products in 1979. And what made them different was how soluble they were, how small they were, how easy to swallow, and all of the typical, as I've always said, that we make all the problems that you've ever had with dietary supplements, we make them go away. We give you all the benefits, but we eliminate all the problems.
That's right. And strong, healthy bones and teeth and skeleton. I mean, this is one of those kind of basic foundational items that most of us hopefully are putting into our regimen. So it's always nice when you bring it to us in a very mild formula that is easy on the stomach, and it's on sale. So this is one I know has been very popular because you guys, again, you want to continue to take this, so you stock up when the opportunity presents itself, especially when we get into the larger quantities. If you look at the chart over here today, if you're getting the 1,000 capsule, that is a $50 savings, pretty significant, and we have options for everyone from 60 capsules, 250, 500 to 1,000. It's always so funny to me to see something like a mineral like calcium, magnesium have such incredible reviews, Andrew. I mean, to the tune of over 800 reviews. It's almost a perfect 5-star rating.
Yeah, it's almost perfect 5 stars, but the answer I have to that always, it's kind of like our omega-3 product and our fiber mucil, our fiber product. The more a product has been typically associated with being miserable to take, the more astonished the reviews are, or the more astonishing the people using it, the more astonished the people using it are, and the more astonished their reviews seem to be, because it doesn't seem possible that you could take something that for our lifetimes was so miserable to take, and it seemingly is so easy for us to make it such a pleasant experience. And that's what we've done. Plus, with our product, and we should do this with several of our products, create a bulk powder, because you could open the capsule and you could drop that capsule into a smoothie, the powder from the capsule into a smoothie, into your yogurt. It's such a fine powder, you will not notice it. And that just further demonstrates, unlike other companies, when you open that capsule, there are no lubricants, no flowing agents, no additives, just the pure ingredients that you want.
Well, enjoy the savings today. That is a special purchase price point. We're calling it our weekend special. And we're gonna go from the bones to the joints. And we're gonna talk about helping maintenance and support of healthy joint tissues. And we have two different options of the glucosamine and chondroitin. We have the original formula, and we also have the option of glucosamine and chondroitin with the addition of UC2. That's the undenatured collagen type 2, which is gonna give you additional support, enhancing flexibility and comfort and strength of those joint tissues. So plenty of sizes from 75 capsule upward to the equivalent of 900 capsules in the powder form that you can choose from here today, Andrew. But I mean, two different options. The original formula has over 1,200 perfect 5-star reviews again. And this time we're moving from the bones to strong, healthy, flexible joints.
And when we talk about, sorry, a plane is going over here, we're in the yard. But when we talk about the joints, we're basically talking about building blocks. When we talk about glucosamine and chondroitin, we're talking about the principal building blocks of joint tissue, especially our cartilage. And so when we talk about glucosamine and chondroitin, again, these were ingredients that were in my original formulas back in 1979. So I've been talking about glucosamine and chondroitin for many decades before other companies. The research has only continued to roll in a more emphatic fashion. Doctors, you can look in medical journals, doctors will be recommended and will recommend to their patients that glucosamine and chondroitin are really the first line of defense for joint health. So as we age and we start hearing our joints speaking to us, maybe it's in whispers, maybe they're crying, but again, as our joints speak to us, it's an opportunity for us to listen and just provide our body with the tools, the structural tools necessary for repair, necessary for maintenance of these tissues that experience constant wear and tear. There isn't a day that goes by that our joints are not working very hard on our behalf. And as we age, our body's ability to repair that work is not as efficient as it was when we were younger. So the tools that we provide can make a difference in the outcome. And the research on glucosamine and chondroitin, not only do people say they feel better, feel different, but there are studies that show radiographically, meaning with x-rays or other kinds of studies, show in black and white objective findings that show this makes a difference. But I should mention quickly, first of all, the pricing is incredible, but I should mention quickly the version with undenatured type 2 collagen, UC2. UC2 is different than our marine collagen, different than our free-range collagen. UC2, undenatured type 2 collagen, rather than playing a structural effect as free-range collagen or marine collagen peptides play, UC2 collagen plays an immunomodulatory effect. It affects our immune system, and it affects our immune system in a way that most people don't really comprehend or understand. That our immune system, its only job isn't to find viruses or bacteria and make sure that it does its job to prevent them from infecting us. Our immune system is also constantly monitoring the status of our body, the status of cells in our body, tissues in our body, identifying damaged tissues, identifying tissues or cells that might have died, removing them, repairing them. So with the UC2, it has an immunomodulatory effect that is messaging the immune system to stimulate the maintenance and repair process of cartilage. So what a great message to have to stimulate that repair process when simultaneously you're delivering the building block, glucosamine and chondroitin. So it's just a perfect way to enhance the product and to get all of that UC2 at the small price difference between the two formulas is an incredible opportunity.
Yeah, and speaking to the pricing, as you mentioned, really fabulous options, lots of savings, lots of quantity, even if you want to go up to the equivalent of 900 capsules in the powder form that you can use, we have that available as well. HSN.com is the place to go also to read reviews, see more videos. Andrew has tons of education on our website also to go along with every one of these vitamins and supplements and minerals that we have available for you. Okay, let's move on to turmeric. This is seriously a huge customer pick. This is another 4.5 star. We know it traditionally as an Asian spice, but it is so much more than tasting phenomenal. This is something that has a wide range of health benefits. Scientists recognize it as well. And of course, because it's Andrew Lessman's formula, you are getting incredible purity, and you're getting the right extracts, you're getting the right delivery systems, and we're bringing it to you today with another weekend special of everywhere from 30 to 60 to 120 to 240 capsules, but it's ultra high potency. And Andrew, what I love about your formula is you really focus on the beneficial parts of that turmeric root extract and then the delivery system as well. Very important.
Well, if you look at turmeric spice is typically 1 to 2% curcuminoids. So turmeric spice, even if you use it abundantly, it's only 1 to 2% curcuminoids. Remember, those curcuminoids are what makes turmeric beneficial. One of these days, we'll be bringing out our own turmeric spice that'll be about 20 or 40% curcuminoids, but that'll be in the future. So what do we do in making this formula? We start with the highest concentration of curcuminoids that are available, and that's 95% curcuminoids. Wow. But that would sound like, wow, that would be the perfect turmeric product. It's almost 100% beneficial compounds, almost 100% curcuminoids at 95%. But that was insufficient. The 95% curcuminoids, as I mentioned earlier with berberine, the unique attribute of those curcuminoids, they need fat to mobilize them and transport them into your body to get them out of the digestive system where they can benefit you inside your body. And that's why decades ago, again, we developed a technology to deliver those curcuminoids in a lipid format, complexed with lipid. And it was something that we were aware of, again, decades ago, that even the best 95% curcuminoid turmeric wasn't going to deliver the best benefits. But if you complexed it with fat and you did it appropriately, and of course the fat we chose was phosphatidylcholine. Why? It's a phospholipid that is the principal phospholipid in your brain, the principal phospholipid in your body, throughout your body, and the principal phospholipid in your liver. And when you look at the benefits of turmeric and curcuminoids, beyond being soothing to your joints, it's also benefits to your brain, also benefits to your liver. So again, it was the perfect complex, lipid complex to deliver phosphatidylcholine with turmeric and enhance its absorption, not like 10, 20, 50, or even 100%, but how about almost 3,000%, almost 30 times more. So that's really the perfect turmeric product that anyone could possibly conceive of. So you don't have to get my turmeric, but you need to get a turmeric that's going to deliver high levels of curcuminoids. But then I don't like a system using piperine black pepper spice for various reasons. It can affect drug metabolism. It can be irritating to the stomach. But I would look for a turmeric that has some lipid-based, phospholipid-based delivery system, and you're fine. Like any of these products, the information I provide is free, and you don't have to get my products. But hopefully use the information to do more intelligent shopping when you go to your local store.
Sure. And if you also think about the research that it's been shown this wide range of health benefits, Andrew, for anyone watching who maybe isn't familiar with turmeric, I mean, it's amazing to see something that comes from Mother Nature that can provide benefits to inflammation and joint health and liver health, digestion, antioxidants, detox. I mean, there's such a wide range of health benefits to this that even science backs up.
Yeah, turmeric, it really is Mother Nature's a soothing ingredient. And what's strange is a lot of folks think, uh-oh, it's a spice, I better take it on a full stomach because it's going to be irritating to the gut. It's sort of defining of its soothing properties is turmeric is actually soothing to the gut. So it's something that it's both soothing to the digestive system, it's soothing to our joints. It's just really one of Mother Nature's more remarkable foods that the more we explore it, the more we learn about how to, first of all, deliver it correctly. And once we deliver it correctly, once we start looking at the science, I mean, if you went to sort of the National Institute of Health website where they have all the published studies, which hopefully will continue to be assembled. Science is kind of taking a beating right now. But as long as that, if you look at that data underscores just the enormous quantity of scientific and medical exploration that is surrounding turmeric, its curcuminoids, and their benefits to various systems within the body, from the joints to the brain to liver detoxification and on and on.
Yeah. And I think the reviews back that up as well. So definitely take a look at reviews if you're at all curious what others think about it. But this is the time to go ahead and get these while we have them at weekend special for you. Again, plenty of options in terms of capsule size as well. We've got a couple more items to round out this hour. We're trying to make it very easy for you to get all of those essentials that you need to really experience the benefits of, let's say, cranberry, right? This is called Cranberry Benefits, and it is an ultra high potency supplement that helps to support and promote bladder, kidney, and urinary tract health. And it is another customer pick, once again, a 4.6 star rating. We have available for you everything from 30 capsules to 60. We have 180, and right now the 360 capsule, a very nice sale price point at $59.90. I know that because this is one that I personally use every single day. I think it's really important for men and women, but women especially, I think we tend to know and lean on cranberry. But it's not always easy to get what we need. So having the supplement form makes it much simpler for us, Andrew.
Both men and women. Cranberry also contains wide-ranging protective compounds that, even beyond considering it for urinary tract health, it's still something very important, very beneficial. But as I have gotten older, and as all men, as we get older, our prostate plays a more important role in our life. I've realized that the prostate's relationship to my bladder, it's a good idea to be taking cranberry on a daily basis, because it makes sure that that relationship between my bladder and my prostate are going to be as friendly as possible. Certainly, as I always say, women tend to be more conscious and more aware of the things they do for their health. And something like cranberry, it's usually the men, we rely on the women in our lives to inform us of the opportunities like cranberry that exist. And especially men, we also experience issues with our urinary tract, our bladder, our kidneys. So cranberry is the most important traditional ingredient that has now, and I often say, like turmeric, it's the poster child for a natural ingredient that eventually was validated by the scientific literature. So, and cranberry has seen an abundance of validation. So I wouldn't hesitate to rely on cranberry as just the perfect ingredient to support all the other efforts we make for urinary tract, bladder, and kidney health.
And just like turmeric and like the fiber that we have coming up, it's very hard for us. We're human beings. We're not always eating our best. I mean, to be able to not only get the right type or the right amount of, say, cranberry or fiber or turmeric or any of these other supplements that we've brought, it would be extremely difficult on a day-to-day basis. So I love, Andrew, that you bring us these. It makes it easier for us to get what we need. And for anyone who doesn't know about you and the supplements that you bring, purity, efficacy, I mean, everything top to bottom, start to finish, you have your eye on, and you make sure it is the best of the best for us.
Well, we're unique for a lot of reasons. I started my company 46 years ago. I don't know of anyone else who started their company back then, back in the early days of vitamins, that's still in the industry. They've moved on in one way or the other way, and we make everything. 90+% of the vitamins you see out there on the internet and social media, it seems everyone and their brother is making vitamins.
That's right.
But they're not making vitamins. They're just making claims, and they're telling stories because they have contract manufacturers who make those products for them. And their claims are outrageous. They don't follow the law. They exaggerate. They make disease claims. So I might sound like my products aren't as good because I'm understated and I respect the law. But a perfect example is our cranberry. It can support urinary tract health if your goal is just getting a cranberry extract that follows the science, that respects the science, and respects you because it's 100% pure. And it's made at my company that you see, we shoot videos from there all the time, then this is going to be the best choice of cranberry you're going to find. And it's a little more than a dime a capsule.
Yeah, very, very affordable, very pure, high quality products. And again, if you're ever unsure about something or you'd like to know what others think, when you go to hsn.com, it's such a great resource for the education that Andrew wants to make sure that everyone gets, regardless of whether you're purchasing his products or not. So you can go there to read reviews and watch videos and learn more about everything we're showing you. I know it's been a lot of variety this hour, which is so exciting because we only have the 1 hour together, Andrew. So we want to make sure everybody at home knows what we have available on weekend special price points. And the Fiber Mucil, this is one that has 1,200 plus 5-star reviews, a pure encapsulated psyllium husk powder, but again, making it easy for us to make sure we're getting enough fiber where we can, because in our own diet, I think it's one of the most overlooked ingredients, yet we know how important this is to our everyday life.
It's our psyllium husk fiber is unlike any other psyllium husk fiber you'll find anywhere else on the market. Most of the fiber that is being sold in the mass market at stores and things is a processed fiber. It's not a natural fiber. This is 100% natural. The only thing we do is we make it uniquely an ultra, ultra, ultra fine powder. So it's extremely mild. So it goes through you and it's cleansing, detoxifying role and supports regularity, which again, and also we talked about our microbiome earlier in this hour. The food that our microbiome loves are things like Fiber Mucil. It is the perfect food for a healthy microbiome. And it's difficult to imagine, and everyone has their own digestive system. And some people can be very regular without consuming adequate fiber. But it's difficult to imagine a healthy microbiome and consistent regularity without having a healthy intake of fiber. Healthy fiber also supports healthy blood sugar levels and healthy A1C. Healthy fiber also supports healthy lipid levels. And the fiber in a product like this can help actually to lower LDL levels. So it's just all sorts of benefits. And sort of like our calcium magnesium product, it's one of those products, fiber, that people love to hate.
Yes.
And they expect it's going to bloat them or constipate them or cause all sorts of difficulties, which is why, like our calcium, like our omega-3s, it gets almost perfectly reviewed because I think everyone is astounded that this product can actually exist.
And when it should be the exact opposite. It should be helping with regularity and digestive health. And, you know, I love to open these capsules, Andrew, when we're working together, just to show everyone, this is another thing that really sets you apart, this really finely milled inside of these capsules. And that adds to the ease of, you know, swallowing the capsules, yes, but once they do open, how readily absorbed these supplements can be.
It makes it literally a nightmare for us to produce it. Everyone has to wear respirators when we produce this product because it's such a fine powder. Like when you show everyone there, you could open the capsule and then just blow it away. It's like dust.
Yeah.
That makes it very difficult to produce. But if I want to be certain that we're producing the best, most effective, most beneficial natural fiber in the world, then that's what you do. I mean, if you're going to a contract manufacturer, that's not what they do.
Sure.
The contract manufacturer doesn't want manufacturing to be difficult. They just want to get the product out and get it done. We are making a product that you're speaking to us. I read the reviews, the feedback that comes into my company, I hear. So my daily happiness is directly attached to how well we do our job, how well the reviews are that we receive, how the quality of those reviews. So again, making this product without compromise is the only way you can get an experience where you're not compromising.
Right. And that's also really evident in the fact that some of the vitamins and the supplements that you bring us, you've been offering for many decades, yet the formula improves every few years or so as a new research comes out or as reviews come in. And I feel like you are constantly working and innovating and improving. And that definitely speaks to your close connection to our customers at HSN.
What's kind of funny is, and I'm sure people have commented on like social media. We now have our little Instagram that we're going to start doing. I'm more impassioned. I'm more passionate about what I do, more excited about what I do than ever before. And mind you, I've been doing this for 46 years. If you would have told me, I would have said 20 years ago, just like other guys in this industry, I would have sold my company and moved on. But I couldn't imagine doing anything else. I love what I do. Yeah. I love innovating. I love changing our products as frequently as Mother Nature or the science permits me to do so. And I just love reading your feedback and figuring out how I could do things better to make your experience better. And that's my goal, and keep that feedback coming because it enables me to do the best job possible.
I think it's more important now than ever too, because you're right, you go on social media, everybody's an expert. Everybody's, pushing something for your health and wellness, and we as consumers can easily get overwhelmed. So I would say to anybody watching, if you want the information, you want the education, Andrew Lessman's where it's at. And you can always go to hsn.com for all of Andrew's products. I love how it's broken down on our website. You can shop by body part, you can shop by issue that you're having, everything from the secure meal replacement bars to the essential one to the biotin. All of the heavy hitters are there, and some of the ones you may not have known much about. All the education is on our website. So Andrew, I want to thank you for taking time out with us for this hour. A nice variety of products, but all amazing price points as well. Thank you.
No, my pleasure, Michelle. It's been a while. I look forward to doing more shows with you in the future.
Absolutely.
It's been fun.
Yes. Have a great evening, my friend. Thank you so much.